Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the incredible world of AI music generation. We're taking a look at where things stand here in 2026, and let me tell you, this technology has completely reshaped how we create and even think about music. For years, if you were a creator who needed music for a project, you know the pain. You were stuck spending hours, just hours, scrolling through stock music sites, listening to the same generic, overused tracks, and then paying a fortune for a license. Well, that era is officially over. Now, with just a single sentence, you can generate a completely unique track, tailored exactly to what you need, in seconds. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start by looking at the three titans that are dominating the space right now. Then we'll check out some of the specialist tools built for pros. We'll have to dive into the critical legal battles that totally reshape the industry. And finally, we'll see how professionals are actually using this tech in a really cool new hybrid workflow. Okay, let's get right into it. To really get a handle on the market in 2026, you got to understand the three companies that have basically defined it: Google, Suno, and Udio. Now, what's so interesting when you look at this is how they each have completely different philosophies. Google's Lyria, it's all about giving you architectural control over a song. Suno has really doubled down on making the AI your personal instrument. And Udio, well, it's all about giving producers that surgical precision. They're each solving a different piece of the creative puzzle. Lyria 3 Pro was a huge leap forward. Its real strength is that it understands musical structure. You can literally prompt it like a songwriter. Give me a slow piano intro, an upbeat chorus, a bridge, then fade out. But it goes even further. Lyria is also multimodal, meaning you can just upload a video or an image and it'll generate a score that perfectly matches the mood. And being a Google product, it's safe. Every track is watermarked with SynthID, and it's integrated right across their whole ecosystem, from Gemini to Google Vids. Suno, on the other hand, just took the market by storm by focusing on you. With version 5.5, you can literally upload your own singing voice and have the AI generate songs that sound just like you. It's wild. You can train a custom model on your own music catalog to teach the AI your sonic DNA. You can even export up to 12 separate audio stems for professional mixing. It's all about making AI an extension of you, creating full tracks up to 8 minutes long. And then there's Udio, which is an absolute dream for producers, totally focused on studio-grade quality. Its killer feature is something called inpainting. So imagine you've got this nearly perfect 15-minute track, but one little drum fill is just off. With Udio, you can highlight just that tiny section and regenerate it without messing with anything else. It's like performing microsurgery on your audio. It gives you a level of control that was just unthinkable before. All right, so beyond those big three, a really fascinating ecosystem of specialist tools has popped up, and each of these caters to very specific professional needs. For anyone composing for film, TV, or video games, IVA is the gold standard, and here's why. It doesn't just give you a finished audio file. It can export the raw musical data as a MIDI file. Now, this means a composer can import the AI's idea into their own software, edit every single note, and use their own high-end sound libraries. And crucially, pro users get to own the full copyright to their creations. You've probably heard of 11 Labs for voice synthesis, right? Well, they brought that same expertise to music. Their vocals are considered the most human-sounding on the market, capturing all those subtle details like breath and vibrato. But here's the most important part. Their model was trained entirely on licensed music. That means you can use it for commercial projects without any of the copyright headaches that plagued the early days of AI music. And that brings us to the elephant in the room. All of this incredible innovation didn't happen in a vacuum, right? It led to a massive legal conflict that has basically split the entire AI music industry in two. So here's what happened. In mid-2024, the major record labels, Universal, Warner, Sony, all of them, sued Suno and Udio. They claimed that these companies had illegally trained their models on copyrighted songs. By the end of 2025, those lawsuits were settled, which led to these new and kind of surprising partnerships. But that whole day of reckoning, it forced a clear dividing line in the market that we see today. This all raises a really critical question, especially for anyone who wants to actually use this music. How does this split affect the projects you want to create? So the crucial point is this. You basically have two categories of tools. You've got the licensed by design platforms like Google's Lyria and 11 Labs. They were built from the ground up using legally clean data, which gives creators a lot more peace of mind for commercial projects. Then on the other side, you've got the licensed by settlement platforms, Suno and Udio. They now have partnerships with the labels, but because of their history, their terms of service can be a bit more complex. So all of this new legal and tech reality has led to a fascinating new way of working. People are calling it a hybrid workflow, and it's where the lines between human and AI creativity get beautifully blurred. Look, professionals aren't just hitting generate and uploading the result. Not at all. They're using AI as a collaborator to break through creative blocks. They'll generate dozens of ideas, export just the best parts, like a vocal line or a cool drum beat, and then pull those into their professional software. And that's where they add their own human touch, recording a live guitar part, tweaking the mix, and ultimately adding that meaningful creative authorship. And this right here brilliantly illustrates why that hybrid workflow is so vital. According to the US Copyright Office, if you just press a button and publish the output, you can't copyright that music. But, and this is the key, if you take that AI-generated material and add significant, meaningful human creativity to it, the final work is eligible for copyright protection. It's the key to actually owning what you create. And this all leaves us with a final, fascinating question. As AI gets better and better at handling the technical side of music, the chord progressions, the mixing, the instrumentation, what does it even mean to be a musician? Maybe the focus is just shifting away from technical skill and more towards what has always been at the very heart of music: human taste, a unique vision, and the timeless art of telling a story.